SOP, Statement of Purpose. Sometimes this is called the letter of intent and often research statement, although research statement is slightly different, but there are certain common areas. That's why we put these three terms together. So what is an SOP? SOP is a statement of purpose. It's a well-written essay in few paragraphs. A student who is applying for higher studies may require this kind of statement. Nowadays, an SOP has become an indispensable part of an application for admission to higher education like graduate studies, of course PhD studies, and often highly specialized professional courses also. You have your certificates, you have your mark sheets, transcripts, and even recommendation letters. But all these somehow give a very objective view or objective statement of a student's performance. And in the application kit, it is the SOP, the only document that is something of self-assessment. The self-assessment is really very important because nowadays renowned universities have so many applications from around the world that it becomes a very difficult issue how to eliminate applications. So in that case, selection committee first see the document, that is SOP, and if you can impress the selection committee with your SOP, you are likely to land in the academic institutions you would love to be a part of. So take care. Write a very well worded, well conceived and very impressive SOP, that is Statement of Purpose. This is Language Mantra channel, TITBITS 5. Today we have a different kind of subject and we want to see how to write an effective statement of purpose. We have certain hints and suggestions, certain keys, certain do's and don'ts in this regard. This may be valid for all subjects in general. So remember, you have to write a very impressive statement of purpose in 4 or 5 paragraphs within say 750 to 1000 words if not specified otherwise. And it is better to use font number 12 and 1.5 or double space. So let's see how to write it. There are no hard and fast rules as to how to write a convincing statement of purpose. But you must remember, sometimes your university may send you some guidelines. Sometimes there is a questionnaire. And if there is none, in that case, you have to invent your own method. And what we discussed today may help you. So let's see. We have a few questions here. And there are, 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of questions. I don't ask you to answer these questions, but when you try to write a statement of purpose, these questions must be in the background so that you know what to write. These questions will give you some idea what kind of essay you are expected to write. We have 4 sets of questions. First 2 sets are about what. What means what at present and what in the past. So first, the beginning, what at present. Question number 1, what do you want to study? Of course, this is a very basic question, but don't say that I want to study physics. Or I want to say, I want to study economics, not like that. You are writing an essay, and out of these 3 questions, you make a paragraph, and brilliantly you answer these questions. It is not necessary that you answer one after another, not at all. You are writing an essay, and there should be at least 4 or 5 paragraphs. So you write your own essay in your own way, and it should be well conceived. So what do you want to study? You needn't answer it directly. So come to the next question. What is your specific area? This is more important question, because you are not going to study physics as a whole. You are going to study a particular area of physics, maybe magnetic field, maybe some aspect of magnetic field. Maybe you are trying to study pandemic or say COVID-19, but your specified field will be the impact or say the economic impact of COVID-19 on such and such areas. So you specify from a broader area, you come to a very small area of studies. This is what is expected in higher studies. Number 3, what is special about the field of study? Once you propose a subject or area of a subject, you must substantiate the relevance of the subject. Why this particular subject is important. Otherwise, it would be rather vague. You should know why you want to do it. You have background studies and you have found something relevant, you state that. These are the 3 basic questions that come first in your mind, and you have to write a paragraph on the basis of these 3 questions of the present time. Now come to the past time. If you want to study something of this kind, then there must be some background. What is that? What type of exposure have you had so far? You must have read something in your past. You must have read something in the past time or previous course of study. So you have to put it there. You try to relate your past exposure, past experience to your present proposal. That is what is wanted of this question. What type of exposure you have had so far? That means it is always expected in higher education that you try to, enrich yourself, something, and you try to further enrich yourself. This is the expectation. Now, second question, what relationship your past education have with this? This is a question that is very much overlapping here, and overlapping is necessary because sometimes some aspects should be well focused. The same question but in a different way. What relationship your past education have with this? At this time you are proposing something. Maybe it is slightly different but related subject. You are not always hammering on the same issue. You are shifting slightly but related issue. You are shifting slightly to a related issue. So you have to establish that type of connection, that what I have learned so far has very much related to what I am going to do next. Number 3, what have you done so far? If you have already done something, means if you have already read something, if you are exposed, you are expected as a good student to have done something. Have you written any dissertation? Mention it. Have you published any paper? Mention it. Have you attended any conference? Mention it. Have you worked with some expert? Mention it. These are something that strengthen your application for admission. So you see how past and present, these 2 things are fused together. Speak about the present, your proposal first, and then you support your proposal from your past exposure and experience. Now come to why question. Very natural. If it is what, That is the first question. Why would be the second question. These are academic questions. Why are you interested in studying the course? This is an academic question. You are interested in a particular course. Why? You have seen something special about it. It has something to do with this. What is special about the field of study? Again, you repeat it that I have found something. Maybe some work is already done in this area, but still something undone is there. Or something is done, but after some new theories or after some time, you find something is wrong about that. Maybe still there is some problem and you want to address that problem. So this is your answer. You try to establish the relevance of the subject once again. Why are you interested in studying this course? Take care. Why is this institution relevant for your studies? Now, why this institution, not any other institution? That means you are expected to have investigated about the institutions. You have a particular subject in your mind, then it is your responsibility to find the exact or suitable institution for that. It is expected. So you have done some research work. Nowadays it's not very difficult. You have a Google search option, you can do it. You can say go through the internet and get information of different departments and universities and their faculty members, the kind of curriculum they follow, etc. and etc. You have to establish that I have investigated that your university has such and such facilities, such and such curriculum and such faculty members. So I think this is my subject that is very much relevant for your institution. Why do you think this curriculum of the school relevant? Again, the same question. You have investigated. Maybe sometimes there are some enthusiastic students, they write before application. They write to the department before application to know what kind of syllabus they have, what kind of curriculum they have. And on the internet also, in the website also, you can get information like this. So, why is this? Why do you think the curriculum of the school relevant? The same thing we have discussed. That because you have these facilities, because you have this kind of faculties, because you deal with this kind of subjects, and I am proposing this kind of subject. This way, this is very much relevant. Now come to how question. How did you come to know about the institution? Well, maybe your teacher has given you some clue. Maybe you have researched particularly to see what kind of institutions you need and what kind of institution the present one is. So you know about the institution. It is better. Sometimes, I have already told that some students prior to the application write to the department and they get a response. If you get suitable response, it strengthens your application. Next one, how may the school help you realize your plan? The school has such and such facilities, such and such, faculty members. So your subject is the most suitable subject there. You have to share this information. They know it, but you should share it. You want to have a very good university, and the university also wants good students. So there is a kind of collaboration. You have to find your suitable university. And finally, how can you contribute to the area, community and society? This is a tricky question. This is not just related to you as a student. Here the question actually wants to see your personality. That means how you can contribute to the campus life, how you can contribute to the university as a whole. As a student, of course, if you do a very good job, it's a contribution to the university. But the question is slightly different. You want to see how you want to make the university or campus life better. You must say something about yourself here. This is the only place where you can speak something about your personality. the kind of person you are. Maybe you are very much conscious about environment. Maybe you have certain commitments. You tell them that I am committed to such and such work. Maybe you love poetry. Tell them that here I have a poetry reading club. I can do it the same thing there so that I can communicate with the faculty members, with my friends, with co-students, with students and faculty members of other department. This will give them a fair picture of your personality. And this kind of activities actually is a contribution to a particular society. As a citizen of the world, you should contribute wherever you are. This is expected. So this is the way you write a good statement of purpose. Write it properly, well worded, well conceived, and well articulated, well focused statement is the best thing you can do. They don't have time to go through the entire application kit. They will see the statement of purpose. And if you are lucky, if you can impress them, you will be shortlisted. And you must know now that something are there that you must not mention in the application. Number one, no self-introduction. Don't speak much about yourself. We have only how can you contribute to the area. You have some option to tell about your traits, tell about your personality, but no more. Nothing of your family, nothing of your parents. Just it's an academic essay. You remember this. No general statement. Nowhere is it applicable. Whenever you speak something, whenever you write something very concrete, something positive, and there should not be anything that is vague. So that is very important thing. Number three, no disparity between your content and style. This is important. This is language issue. What you conceive as a subject matter, you must give it a suitable language. Your language must be lucid. Your ideas must be well conceived. And your language, that means your style and your content must be very well matched so that it looks attractive. Now, don't talk about scholarship or financial matter. No financial matter here. Maybe you have option to talk about scholarship elsewhere, but not here. This is purely all about your academic intention and how you try to achieve your goal. Now, don't write your name if it is not mentioned otherwise, because it is part of the application. And in the main application you have signed, so it is not at all necessary here. And number 7, no decoration, color, etc. Very important thing. Don't try to color it. Don't try to make it attractive by force, by color. If you want to make it attractive, do it with your content and style, your language, your subject matter. That is what they want. Now you have written your SOP beautifully. Check your grammar, check your spelling, and get a printed copy. Consult with your friends and teachers if you have anybody to consult with. Take their suggestions. If you accept their suggestion, incorporate it and finalize it. It will make a brilliant SOP, statement of purpose. There are many models you will get on the internet. Read them, but don't copy them. Don't make yourself a Xerox copy. You write your own content. You write your own statement of purpose and try to make it attractive, try to make it relevant, and we hope you will do it properly. We have all the best wishes for you. Thank you.